and we're going to get a safety car now, because that's Valtteri Bottas and George Russell, who are out of this race, and they look like they've had a big coming together as well.
What the... Oh. Are you okay, Valtteri? Big one. All good.
What the f was he doing? Honestly, is he a f or what?
As Bottas goes second fastest, but Verstappen can spoil the Mercedes party and ruin that 1-2 as he hits the wall right in the final corner. Max Verstappen hits the wall and pole position slides out of his grasp right at the end. The track with the most corners on the Formula One calendar this season has proved to be won with one too many corners for Max Verstappen. It is Hamilton ahead of Verstappen. Bottas has dropped 3 or 4 places, and there's Lando Norris touched, and into each other goes Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez, and that's the Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri getting caught up as the McLaren spun round with the Ferrari as well. And Max Verstappen, I think, has gone tumbling down the order. Yeah, Max Verstappen has got caught out with that. On board now with Valtteri Bottas, and he made contact with both Red Bulls there.
Bottas took out both Red Bull cars.
So sorry.
It can go right down to the checkered flag, and look at and it's Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen on the main straight, leading this race, now out of this race. And the red flag has now come out. That's the race is now going to stop.
Here come the lights for the second start of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We're underway, lights out, and Perez immediately jumps across. Lewis Hamilton's going to get the lead. Lewis Hamilton takes it away, but he lost off, and he's lost it. Perez goes back into the lead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Up to second place goes Sebastian Vettel. Gasly is now on the podium.
Hamilton said this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. The brakes were absolutely smoking on fire as he came to the grid. I wonder if the imbalance from the surface temp just wasn't there when he hit the brakes there, Crofty.
Did I have the magic on?
Yeah, bud. Yeah, just knock that off.
I could have sworn I turned it off.
Hamilton is getting so much closer to Lando Norris. These next 2 corners are really critical as Lando Norris goes wide, and you can see just how slippy it is for both Norris and for Hamilton. Norris hasn't got as much experience in this sort of situation. Hamilton has. Now what's going to win out?
Lando, what do you think about it, Inter? What do you think about it in Inter? No! So if Norris tries to hang this out, he's going to be in trouble.
And Hamilton takes the lead of the race as Lando Norris slides off the track.
It's full weight, boys. I got a box. I'm going to shove. Yep, we're going to come. I can't do this.
Oh, this is tragedy in a sporting context for Lando Norris. Lewis Hamilton, he finds the checkered flag. He wins the Russian Grand Prix. And he is gaining, and he is gaining, and he is gaining, and he's going to go for the move here. Lewis Hamilton trying to get into the lead of the race. They go wheel to wheel into the first corner. Verstappen has to bail out. Lewis Hamilton has to bail out. Verstappen ends that sequence with a bigger lead over Lewis Hamilton.
Max, so let's give the position back to Hamilton. Do that strategically.
Oh, they've touched, and they've collided. Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. How much damage on Hamilton's Mercedes? What has happened there?
He just brake tested me.
He's up.
I've just hit him, man. My wing's broken.
And there's Max Verstappen right behind Hamilton into the first chicane. Once again, it's wheel to wheel. Hamilton and Verstappen, and this time Verstappen and Hamilton have crashed out, and they are both out. As Hamilton came from his pit stop, rejoined the racetrack. Lando Norris was ahead, and in their desperation to stay ahead and to get ahead, the 2 championship protagonists have taken each other out of the Italian Grand Prix.
That's what you get when you don't leave the space.
Well, it's been brewing all season, this fantastic title scrap between Verstappen and Hamilton. They have come to blows on more than one occasion. This, though, the first time they've both taken each other out of the race.
into Kopp's corner. These are critical corners for this Grand Prix.
Hamilton's going to try again, this time on the inside, a continent touch! Verstappen is out of the race, and that's a big crash into Kopp's! Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen coming together. Hamilton continues on. Charles Leclerc now leads the British Grand Prix, but for the second time this season, Hamilton and Verstappen clash and tangle on the opening lap, but this time it is ending in dramatic consequences for the championship leader.
Max goes to cover the inside. He thinks he's got the inside covered and then turns in. Wouldn't have really have known where Lewis was exactly at 180 miles an hour.
Max, you okay?
Oh no! Nicholas Latifi has crashed, and I think that is at turn 14. Hamilton stays out. Verstappen coming into the pits, lapped cars to overtake the safety car.
And it's ending. And it's ending. Wow!
Hamilton will be ahead. Verstappen is absolutely desperate to get on with this on that soft compound tyre. We're going to have one lap of racing to decide the championship in 2021. Hamilton has the advantage. Verstappen has the faster, fresher tyres, and we have got 3.2 miles of racing action all the way to the checkered flag as the crowd roar the drivers on to the final lap of this race, and Verstappen sets after Hamilton. Is it going to be a first World Championship for Verstappen? Is it going to be an 8th World Championship for Lewis Hamilton? Where can Verstappen try and get past Hamilton? First overtaking zone is normally down into turn 5. Is Verstappen far enough back? He's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees it coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race. Verstappen now snatches the championship trophy from Lewis Hamilton, who's trying to fight back.
No DRS for 2 laps, so Lewis Hamilton will not get the rear wing open. Now he's going to go down the outside. If Verstappen keeps it tight and neat, but he hasn't, he's got a little bit wide.
This race that started with controversy has ended with controversy.
No, Mikey, no, Mikey. It was so
Here comes Lewis Hamilton though, down the back straight. He's got a slipstream. He almost touches Verstappen. They almost make contact into turn 9. Verstappen stays ahead of Lewis Hamilton. They have shared a brilliant championship battle, but the championship can only be won by one, and it's going Dutch in 2021. Max Verstappen, for the first time ever, is champion of the world.
Oh my Lord, Max! Oh my God! Yes! Oh my God! You need to reinstate the lap before. That's not right.
Toto?
Yes.
It's called a motor race, okay?
Sorry?
We went to car racing.
You never ever give up hope. You never leave before the end, because anything can happen. And here in Abu Dhabi, it did.